When it comes to seaside destinations, one place exerts an irresistible attraction for us Brits more than anywhere else on the planet. The stunning shores of the Mediterranean boast a fantastic climate, captivating culture, and a rich history. With 28,000 miles of coastline, this sea in the middle of the land connects Europe, Africa, and Asia. And it's a destination for a third of the world's international tourists. But it's not just about holidays, it's a place people love to call home. And with views like that, why wouldn't you? It is amazing as you come up through the house, it just sort of opens up and up and up. That is stunning. On this journey, I'll also sample the Mediterranean lifestyle in a bid to understand the magnetic pull of this enchanting place. And I'll meet the expats and locals enjoying life in some truly amazing homes by the Med.
Oh, look at that. That is magnificent, isn't it?
This week I'm heading to captivating Croatia, where pristine palaces cascade from the cliff tops. That's your private little bit of beach down there?
Yeah, where the sea starts, we stop.
Adventurous travellers discover beautiful bays.
Wow, that is incredible.
And Renaissance mansions stand guard over ancient harbours.
It's stunning, absolutely stunning.
Located in southeastern Europe, a 2-hour flight from the UK, Croatia and its islands are emerging from the ashes of a war of independence that finished only a couple of decades ago. I'm focusing on the historic region of Dalmatia, a narrow belt of land with one of Europe's most dramatic shorelines. Over here you've got the mainland of Croatia, imposing mountains with bustling tourist resorts below. And on this side, the eastern Adriatic Sea, speckled with 1,000 islands, all different shapes and sizes, all full of unspoilt natural beauty. Holiday makers flock to Dalmatia for summer temperatures of around 30 degrees and its mild winters. Tourism makes up a larger proportion of the economy here than in any other EU country. I'm starting my journey on one of Croatia's Adriatic islands. This rocky and rugged coastline is part of Brac, the largest of the Croatian Dalmatian islands. It's separated from the mainland by the Brac Channel, which at its narrowest is just over 3 miles wide. I'm landing in the harbour town of Pučišća. It's brimful of houses built from Brac stone. Quarried locally, it's top quality, pure, durable, and exported across the globe. And it's the stone that's made the first house on my Croatian tour such a gleaming delight. A short hop from Pučišća, Villa Tiha is something to shout from its terracotta rooftop about. Which is ironic because it's named after the Croatian word for quiet. This beauty in Brac stone is owned by high-tech business entrepreneur Neil Graham and his wife Anne-Marie. They've chosen the name well. Lovely to meet you.
And you too.
I take it this is you at the end of the track?
Yes, very quiet this end, yeah.
There's no one beyond you. You are very much...
Absolutely. This is all forestry around here. So the last house on the row, yeah.
I can't hear a thing. I can't hear a car, a chainsaw, nothing. We should go and have a look around.
Yes, please.
Come on, then, let's
in,
go.
yes.
Well, I like these little slot windows.
Just give you a little view.
It does, doesn't it? It's really nice, that kind of broken view of the beautiful bay beyond. To really understand the allure of this house, you need to descend the polished stone stairs and head to the jewel in Villa Tiha's crown. Its astonishing setting by a sapphire sea. That's lovely, isn't it? You're really tucked away down, sort of down by the water. You do get that real sense of sort of seclusion down
Absolutely,
there.
and then
Sort
we
of
got
drop
the
away from the road.
view of the bay.
That is lovely. That is absolutely lovely. So that's your private little bit of beach down there?
Yeah, where the sea starts, we stop.
And the colour of the water. Lancastrian Neil found this idyllic location close to Brac's eastern tip after a 5-year search for the ideal holiday home. He sensed perfection, but the plot cost €750,000, so he needed a thumbs up from Anne-Marie too.
She went very quiet, and I thought, that's a problem, because when Anne goes quiet, I know she fall in love with
sat
something.
down on the jetty by the rocks and thought, I've never been anywhere nicer.
That was it, love at first sight.
Yeah.
So I knew that if I didn't buy it, I'd be in trouble. So we bought it. We knocked the old house down and developed what we feel as though is our ideal house in possibly, for us, the best location in the world.
Building Villa Tiha took 2 years and meant carving extra levels from the cliff face. It's a contemporary home that reflects Croatia's traditions, completely created by local architects and craftsmen. The result, a white-hot 5-bedroom villa that gleams in the Mediterranean sun. And that's all down to Brac's most famous export.
A lot of thought went into materials and how we use the materials. The house is built out of the finest Brac stone that's from 7 miles away. When we said we wanted to use this stone, the builders thought we were crazy because they normally sculpt with this.
So this is not a building stone?
No. And when we said that we wanted to use the purest of the stone that you could get, they looked at us oddly. Said, well, you don't really build houses with that. But we sort of insisted.
I mean, I love the texture. It's really nice that it's got that slight roughness to it rather than it being sort of smooth and like a render. It's so much more interesting in the sun, isn't it? And then you've contrasted it with a much more textured stone on the
nice
side.
contrast with the contemporary building and the old style wall.
Neil and Anne-Marie have crafted a home that oozes timeless refinement, and that's nothing to keep quiet about. I love this floor finish. It's got a beautiful amount of texture to the grain. It's really nice. Italian-designed snake chairs swathed in white leather offer panoramic poolside views. A sleek kitchen is dominated by gleaming quartz worktops. Internal stairs mirror the villa's external gloss. And a stylish wine cellar with a window onto the rock face is a visual toast to the arduous build. That is brilliant. That's a lovely little feature, that. But no matter how stellar the house, it's the Croatian landscape that's the real star of the show. What a fantastic master bedroom, and I love the way that the corner of the room dissolves out onto the balcony, and then you're looking at that.
Sort of feel as though you're outside when you're in bed.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Get that door opened and lie in bed.
The views are just fantastic.
Very special, beautiful. Beautiful. That's a lovely, lovely bedroom. Really nice. Down by the Adriatic, Villa Tiha quietly reflects Croatia's easygoing nature. And you can imagine whiling away the hours here in a house and on an island that feels like home. Do you feel like you've managed to integrate into the local community?
Yes, definitely. We've got lots of friends, neighbours that we socialise with, so we're never lonely.
And the Croatian people, as well, are just fantastic people. They're very in tune with their environment and nature, and the sea and the land. And we like that side
Yeah,
of
we
it,
do,
don't we? It's
yeah.
lovely. You know, the fish is fresh that minute it's on your plate, you know, and they only serve you things that are in season.
And I think what I love about this place is the house is very calm and quiet, and it lets the location and this beautiful unspoilt scenery be the star.
Yeah.
And I think it's there's a very nice relationship of architecture and location that I think works really nicely.
Good, thank you.
That's exactly what we wanted, isn't it?
It was the intention. It's, you know,
Surroundings speak for themselves.
Yeah, they do, don't they? I mean, they do more than speak. They sort of yell, look at me! Because it is an amazing place. Villa Tiha has been a marvellous introduction to one of the Med's most unspoilt regions, and there's plenty more to come. As I continue my journey at a fisherman's cottage with a view that makes a real splash. Ah, look at that. Fantastic. You are right on the Mediterranean. And visit a school where patience is a virtue carved in stone. How long has it taken you to get to this stage?
About a year.
1 year. I'm in Croatia, on the Dalmatian island of Brac. So far, I've visited a glistening white palace that tumbles down a cliff. Now I've come to the fishing village of Ostera in the north of the island. Here, where a statue called Returner watches out towards the mainland for the villagers' fishing fleet, I'm meeting up with the owner of a more humble but equally charming home. But it is a pretty amazing place, you know, this backdrop of mountains out here. It's kind of a really nice thing to look out across.
Yeah, and every day it's different.
His name is Stephen Robinson. So how did you end up finding this place?
We came here in 2004, just for the afternoon, and we passed an estate agent and then said, well, should we go and have a look at some properties? And we looked at 7 properties. And at the end of it, we both said, well, was there anything out there that you liked? And I said, well, it was that one broken down house. She said, you couldn't actually go in because it hadn't been occupied for about 10 or 12 years and had a roof for 7 or 8. And so all the estate agent could do was open the door and say, well, this is it. But
there's some stone walls here.
Yeah, don't go in because you'll go straight through the floorboards. So we were rather surprised then at the end of that, we both agreed that that was the only house we really liked.
We should go and look at this ruin, see what you've done with it.
Let's
I'm
do
assuming
it. Let's do it.
It is no longer a ruin.
It is no longer a ruin. No, it is no longer a ruin.
It took Stephen, who's an Oxford-based accountant, under an hour to crunch his numbers and make an offer on the house. He paid €100,000 to net his new holiday home, a traditional, quaint fisherman's cottage. And this is what you bought in a kind of rather run-down state?
Indeed.
Well, it looks very nicely renovated. It's still got a real sense of a traditional, simple building about it, though. It's actually lovely stonework, isn't it?
It is.
There's lovely big pieces here,
Yeah.
and this nice kind of truncated gable with a hip roof. Well, should we go and have a look inside?
Let's do.
When Stephen bought it in 2004, this centuries-old fisherman's refuge was a ruin. 6 months later, he'd created a warm, welcoming space. It may look like a minnow, but over its 3 levels, the cottage actually has 110 square metres of floor space, a bit more than the average British family home. And you rebuilt all of this?
We have.
The main entrance is on the middle floor, which houses one of the 3 bedrooms. Oh, that's a good view. Lots of sea in that view.
It is. It's not a bad way to wake up in the morning.
What have you got upstairs?
We've got 2 further bedrooms upstairs.
You climb a Brac stone staircase to reach the 2 additional bedrooms. Both paragons of stripped-back simplicity. With stunning views, who needs more? On On the lowest floor, a timber kitchen brings Scandi style to Croatia.
This is where the fisherman who used to live here used to keep his boats in here. So we excavated this, and now this is the kitchen diner.
But it's what lies beyond the kitchen door that so enthralled Stephen on his first visit. Because if you're fishing for a home by the sea, this compact cottage with blue shutters that complement the emerald waters is the perfect catch.
Ah, look at that. Fantastic. You are right on the Mediterranean, aren't you? I mean, you don't get any closer.
No, we're very nearly in the Mediterranean. Yeah.
To have a terrace like this far from the sea, is a thing of wonder, isn't it?
It is.
You must feel very lucky.
There we are, and it's sort of your private beach, you know, because nobody comes here. So you've sort of, you know, when you get hot, into the water, out sunbathing, and you can do that through a day. And it is essentially your own private beach. Yeah.
I think I understand now quite what you saw in that 45 minutes or whatever it was that took you to make the offer. That I think you probably you made a good call.
Yeah.
And just as the gin and tonic comes out, the sun is falling on the wonderful mountains of the mainland.
It is. That's all the encouragement I need.
Most homes on Brac are made from varying quantities of the famous local stone. And not surprisingly, the island has its own specialist stone masonry school. As someone who designs buildings for a living, how could I leave Brac without paying it a visit? Brac stone, a pristine white limestone, is remarkably robust and used across the globe. In Vienna's Parliament building, Liverpool's Catholic Cathedral, and even reputedly, the White House. These youngsters are using centuries-old techniques and tools. The stone's purity allows delicate creations that are sold right along Croatia's Adriatic coast. Townchi Vlakovic is the principal.
What is so special about the stone here? I mean, what makes it so good?
We like to say that this stone listen the chisel very good. That means if you have skilled hand, you can make anything.
So it really listens to the chisel.
Yes. Because of that, we force them to use hand tools to get feeling.
So you start with hand tools.
Yes.
Once you're good with hand tools,
and
then you move on.
Yes. After that, on the end of school, we show them how to use electric machines or these pneumatic machines.
The school's 80 pupils study on 3- and 4-year courses. Since its foundation over a century ago, students who start training when they're 15 have been overwhelmingly boys. But 2 girls are currently breaking the masonry mold. Barbara is one of them.
What are you making at the moment?
This is like a ball for oil.
Like a sort of a trough?
Yeah,
And how long has it taken you to get to this stage?
about a year.
On this bowl?
Yeah,
1 year?
yes.
Every day? No, just part-time?
No, just 2 days at week.
You've got more patience than I do. I think I'd be a bit impatient. I'd get the bigger hammer out and probably make it go wrong.
Yeah.
Brac stone oozes quality. It's inspiring and a touch humbling to watch these teenage masons working it with tools their ancient forefathers would instantly recognise. I've enjoyed my stay on Brac, but now it's time to take in another island. Around 40 miles to the southeast lies Vis. For years this was a military base off limits to foreigners, but now it attracts visitors from across the world. It's ringed by exquisite azure waters and packs some remarkable scenery into its 35 square miles. A Vis vista is a sight to behold.
It certainly seems like a pretty laid-back kind of place.
It is laid back, yeah.
Welsh-born Xania and her husband Craig, who's from Yorkshire, are two of the hundreds rather than thousands of Brits who live in Croatia. They've built up a business here in the town of Rukovac.
So you've got this lovely private little yard, and then it opens out to a huge view of the sea. So how did you actually end up here on Vis?
We came on a holiday for a week and thought, wow, this place is pretty amazing. We were kind of looking for a summer destination at the time, and we spent 2 days on Vis and we put an offering on the house.
So it was love at first sight, and you were bowled over?
It was. We'd asked about houses for sale and found there was only two.
Two houses on the whole island?
On the whole island. So we fortunately loved one of them.
We had no intention of living here full time.
So it's kind of snowballed somewhat?
It snowballed, yeah, because when we purchased the property, we were advised to open up a company. So in opening up a company, we had to say what our company did. And we had 5 minutes to decide.
Right.
So we listed what we wanted our company to do, and then we walked away from the lawyer's office and thought, actually, quite like our company.
It all sounds a little bit sort of
Backwards?
back to front.
Kind of, yeah.
The spur of the moment thought was for an adventure holiday business. An idea that was so good, that's exactly what former sports teachers Craig and Xania decided to set up. 11 years later, it's in rude health. Now they've offered to show me just why this area persuaded them to turn their lives upside down.
What are we going to do today?
Well, look at the weather. We're going to go kayaking.
We're going to kayak?
We're going to kayak.
Come on then.
Yeah.
On our trip, Xania and Craig show me a magnificent hidden cove.
Wow, okay, and then it opens out into a little secret bay beyond.
And I visit one of Vis's Venetian palaces.
Feels like it's in a really special location with that view through to the sea, like right on the sea front.
I'm journeying around Croatia's southern Dalmatian coast and islands. I'm on Vis, where former PE teachers Craig and Xania Ware run an adventure holiday business.
So how many times a week do you get out on the kayaks?
In the summer, probably 3 or 4 times.
And how many hours will you go for?
Depends on the group.
Yeah.
So sometimes we will go on a long kayak and we'll take a picnic.
How long is a long kayak?
Let's say that we would do like a 12-kilometre.
We are gliding through crystal clear waters, kayaking to a secluded cove. On a calm day like today, this is a perfect way to see the island. The going's easy, straightforward for beginners like me to pick up, and of course, it means the inaccessible becomes accessible. And up ahead, between 2 cliffs, there's a natural gateway to somewhere rather wonderful.
Wow, okay, and then it opens out into a little secret bay beyond. Wow, that is incredible.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. Absolutely beautiful.
This is Steneva Beach. It's secluded, but no longer secret. Lauded by some as the best beach in Europe.
And it is amazing when you know, just pop through those cliffs and it just opens out into this tranquil little sun trap. It's pretty special.
It's very special.
And you guys seem to have done a pretty amazing job at sort of tying your loves and interests into your lifestyle, which I think is, you know, takes some doing.
Why? Why would you not?
I don't know, but you know, I mean, but don't you think there's a danger that those things that were once loves, when they become what you do for work, they become a job?
The day that we're bored by kayaking into here, we'll stop.
That's the day to go. That's the day to leave.
Yeah.
It's unlikely you'd ever get tired of sights like these. And this incredible inlet is just a taste of what this tiny island offers. For my second property on Vise, I'm heading to the island's capital, Vise town. Like much of the Med, it's been a trophy for successive waves of invaders who have all left their architectural mark. Impressions preserved by the chilling atmosphere of the Cold War. There's no finer example than the Palazzo Yaxo. Waterside Renaissance palace built in the mid-16th century for local grandees. With over half a millennia of history behind it, this is a house with many, many stories to tell. It's owned by Anthony and Ivana Stankham.
Hello, Ivana.
Hello.
Hello, Anthony.
Hello.
I'm Charlie. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you.
Hello, Charlie.
It's a lovely spot, isn't it?
Yes, we're lucky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
Come on, come in.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
What's this? This is a nice bit of woodwork, isn't it?
Go through the ancient doorway and the first thing you encounter is a surprise. A sumptuous garden full of heady scents and vibrant colour. The roses, bougainvillea and other Mediterranean flowers thrive in the warm climate and make it the perfect place to seek respite from the blazing midday sun, even for an Englishman like Anthony. It's a lovely introduction to a house that cost £600,000 over a decade ago.
It's absolutely magnificent. I mean, such an amazing space. You don't get a sense of it from the outside, where you just see quite a blank facade and that old door, and then you walk through and you're into that kind of almost Islamic concept of paradise, you know, in the garden, isn't it? Who built the building?
Well, it was built by the Venetians. This part of the coast was under Venice for about 450 years, so there's a lot of Venetian architecture.
It's got that lovely kind of style and elegance, doesn't it? Because it feels like it's in a really special location with that view through to the sea, like right on the sea front. We should go inside and have a look.
Yes, please do.
Inside, the house exudes atmosphere. Original features link its opulent present to its distinguished past, especially the Renaissance sink in the old palace kitchen that's been transformed into an elegant stone shelving unit. The highlight is a grand lounge, bathed in Croatian sun, from which many generations have scanned the picturesque harbour.
This room has an incredible quality of light, doesn't it? I mean, old houses are often much darker and more closed in, but...
They really knew how to build. I mean, I think I don't think there's a single house in Vis that is so light and has such a wonderful temperature, both in the summer and in the winter. They really knew what they were doing.
So warm in winter, cool in summer, the air moving across.
It's just amazing.
So what condition was the house in when you bought it?
It was pretty run down. I mean, we had to put a new roof, and upstairs we had to do new floorboards, and there was only 1.5 bathrooms for 7 bedrooms. So there are now 7 bathrooms.
Writer Anthony is originally from East Anglia, and Ivana, who was born in South America, has Croatian roots. They've furnished the house in a style that complements their ancient home. There's an 18th century chair, once the proud possession of Anthony's ancestor, the Bishop of Bedford, and pieces by Ivana's grandfather, the renowned Croatian sculptor Ivan Mestrovic. Palazzo Jaksa is undeniably sophisticated.
This location next to the harbour is really to die for, isn't it?
And its delights culminate in its magnificent setting.
That is really something.
Very lucky.
It's a very historic harbour, isn't it?
Yeah, and right over there behind the monastery is where, when the Navy turned up, we were here for about 8 years, and it was Nelson's plan. And he sent the boys up here, and there they were, and they made a cricket pitch on the other side of the monastery and played cricket there, and taught the locals how to play.
Extraordinary history, absolutely amazing. So what's through here? You've got more bedrooms.
The palace has 7 bedrooms, and if it had a guest book, it would have some pretty auspicious names in it.
So this is another one of the main bedrooms on the principal
Yes.
floor.
Franz Joseph spent a few nights here in 1866.
Emperor Franz Joseph, the Emperor of the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
The chap with the mutton chops. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if you were coming to Vis, where else would you
Yes,
stay?
exactly.
Stay, ring the stank on the stairs.
Yes.
Other than this room. Extraordinary. You've got the bishop's chair, you've got the grandfather's sculptures, Franz Joseph. It's a house of history.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, it's quite old.
The understatement of the day. Yeah, it's quite old. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It's not surprising the imperial family were drawn here. This is a home by the men that deserves the royal seal of approval.
It strikes me that you two have a very close and personal relationship with this house.
Well, we did a lot to it, which somehow binds you to it.
In blood, sweat and tears.
Yeah.
But do you also have a sense that you're the custodians of a building that has such a long and eminent history?
Well, you do. It's funny. You have a feeling you're only here for a while. We'll be here for a few decades.
And you know, whatever we do, you know, we're going to pass it on to somebody else.
Part of the cast of characters that sort of play out on this wonderful stage.
Yes, it's funny. I never felt that with any other house we lived, but here you sort of realise just time is passing and we're just here temporarily. And this will be here forever.
This peaceful house in such a serene location is a regal end to my island hopping. I'm off to the mainland, where I'll continue my Croatian adventure by exploring a quirky 70s throwback.
Would have been very cutting edge, I suspect.
Definitely have got a bit of ta-da about it.
Yeah.
And I delve into Croatia's past to visit a Roman palace that forms the ancient heart of a modern city.
It's a living, breathing, dynamic place with hotels, restaurants, shops, and hundreds of people living here within these ancient walls.
I've been exploring the scenic delights and best homes on Croatia's Adriatic islands. But now I have to leave them behind to head for the slightly more hectic mainland. Croatia's Dalmatian coast is just as charming as the islands it overlooks, with the rocky slopes of the Dina Reach Alps forming a spectacular backdrop to its pristine shoreline. Next, I'm off to visit Split, Croatia's second city. Almost 200,000 people live here, and there's a real buzz to what's a cosmopolitan and busy walled city. And like their Italian neighbours across the Adriatic, Croatians have a love affair with coffee. Cafe culture is a perfect match for their easygoing nature.
There's a Croatian word, pomalo. It's actually a bit of Dalmatian dialect, and it roughly translates as slow down. It's used in many different ways, but often as a greeting. Hey, hello, hang on, slow down. And if you use it, it often results in a few hours chatting over coffee. And in many ways, this one word sums up the laid-back pace of life around here.
As well as an enticing and vibrant present, Split is a place with a long, distinguished history. It was founded by the Greeks almost 2,500 years ago. And at its heart is an astonishing Roman building.
This extraordinary place is Diocletian's palace. It is effectively an enormous retirement home, built for the first Roman emperor to leave his post through choice rather than death or murder.
In 305 AD, after 20 years as emperor, Diocletian called it quits due to illness and old age. He retired to his home here in what the Romans called the province of Illyria. It's a specially constructed residence he started to build over a decade before.
It's called a palace, but it's more of a fortress and a mini city. It's incredibly important historically and UNESCO World Heritage Site. It would be very easy to preserve it in aspect, to lock it in time, but it's not. And perhaps that's what makes it so special. It's a living, breathing, dynamic place with hotels, restaurants, shops, and hundreds of people living here within these ancient walls.
This palace is an ancient delight, evoking a real sense of what connects us to our ancestors.
I always find visiting really old bits of architecture incredibly interesting. It's this way that you can project yourself back hundreds of years, imagine how a place used to be used, imagine the lives of the people that lived here. What's so crazy about this place is that those lives are ongoing, that this place has never really been left. It's got layers of occupation. You've got the original Roman structure, and then you've got medieval and Renaissance and more contemporary buildings. So you're no longer imagining, you're feeling it, you're seeing it, and that is very intoxicating.
I could spend days wandering around in ancient Roman footsteps, but I'm off to visit my final house. I'm travelling 16 miles down the Adriatic coast to the town of Omiš. It sits where the Cetina River flows into the sea, and this is where, in what's known as the Omiš Riviera, that my next Croatian construction can be found. Almost completely obscured in lush pines, Marlow Blue is a house that doesn't reveal its secrets all at once. This midget architectural gem was commissioned by a Macedonian sweet manufacturer as a holiday hideaway. It's a 1970s piece of eye candy that's unlike anything I've seen so far in Croatia. I'm climbing up bougainvillea-lined steps to meet its owner, Jane, who's a marketing consultant from the Midlands.
Hello.
It's a long way up, isn't it?
Good to meet you.
That keep you
made
fit,
it.
getting up those
Indeed.
steps.
Yeah, a few times a day.
And you're still further up?
We're a bit further up, yes. Do you want to come?
Come on then.
On a day like today, when the legendary local wind called the Bora has raised its squally head, Marlow Blue's lush gardens provide some welcome shelter. After a painstaking revamp, Jane's house is highlighted by a pastel blue that spruces up its distinctive facade.
Do you recall the first time that you saw it? What was it like?
Well,
Paint me a picture.
Well, it was really sad, you know, in a sorry state. It hadn't the cracked paintwork outside, the shutters were hanging off, lots of leaves inside.
It's unusual, there's lots of ideas. I mean, you've got this sharp shape sticking out the side, you've got this round turret on the back, and then the blue, extraordinary blue colour. Should we go look inside?
Let's do it.
Well, okay, so this is the entrance.
It is, the blue tunnel.
It is a tunnel, isn't it? It's very dramatic.
It is.
And then you're into the house.
Marlow Blue's interior mirrors its exterior. Angles abound as convention is replaced by invention.
So what's this column thing in the middle of the... Oh, it's a fireplace.
Fireplace.
Okay, so it sort of creates a division, but also sort of draws the eye up to the grandeur of the space.
To the height, yes.
It is a quite grand space, isn't it?
It is. Well, it's in a quite a modest house.
I mean, it's not a big footprint,
No.
but it's got scale, it's got sort of ambition. It would have been very cutting edge, I suspect.
Yeah, it would. And even, well, it would. And even now, whenever people come, even young people, it's, you know, say, wow, or cool,
Yeah,
when
it's
they come in. So it's sort of held on to a bit of that sort of, that specialness.
Renovating a quirky building like this can be a challenge. Jane, though, concocted a canny shortcut. She brought the original architect back to his first creation.
Remember meeting him, he was very theatrical, and he sang to us.
He sang?
He had a great voice, yeah.
I like this guy. I want to meet this guy.
I did. Well, we had trusted him. I had no idea. I'd asked him, you know, colours or anything, and he went, oh, just leave it to me.
What a wonderful story. What a wonderful thing to do. To get back in touch with the guy and sort of let him finish it and see it, you know, and bring it back to life. I think that's wonderful.
Jane gave him free rein to fix the eccentric abode he'd first conceived in the 1970s. Pine panelling on the ceiling was painted blue to match the new exterior colour he chose second time around. And the architect emphasised a circular theme based on his own particular foibles.
He said, you know, women had 2 eyes and 2 ears and 2, yes.
2?
Like pears, yes.
2?
2.
Pears?
Yes.
Yes. He's theatrical.
Definitely, I've got a bit of ta-ta about it.
Yeah.
Coming.
Because it gives up its secrets slowly, this is a house that grows on you the more you explore.
This is a lovely 70s staircase, isn't it?
It was the original staircase.
Oh, it's got
just
a bounce to it as well, isn't there? There's a real spring as you go up it. That is, that's great. I like this sort of semicircular balcony. It kind of repeats and echoes the curve of the stair and the apse-like feel at the end of the spiral staircase. The longer I spend here, the more I like it. But he's got this really nice circle motif, and this, with this sort of, I think this is very clever, isn't it? Because you can check what's in the cupboard without opening the door.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a time-saving piece of work.
I think it just looks nice, don't you? Yeah.
This 3-bedroomed house is sturdily built, and it has to be, because the Croatian weather can occasionally turn cruel.
I think what's quite fantastic about this house is even on a stormy day like this, when the legendary local winds are blowing, it's kind of a very comfortable place to be.
We do, yeah, do. And the sea, there's always something going on. In the winter with the fire on and just looking out over the sort of grey, stormy sea.
It's quite romantic by the sounds of things.
This 70s oddity is a clear illustration that homes in the Med can come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. For me, Croatia has been a real revelation, a taste of what things must have been like across the Med before package tourism took hold. When I think about the Dalmatian coast, two words come to mind: unspoilt and understated. Unspoilt because its recent turbulent past has protected it from the worst excesses of mass tourism and overdevelopment. Understated because it's quiet, calm confidence. It doesn't brag about its natural assets, and the architecture is similar in its manner. So unspoilt, understated, but also utterly beautiful. Next time I'm on marvellous New York, where modern mansions reflect the genius of geometry. See-through floors are not for the faint-hearted. And spectacular sun terraces offer up glorious views.
That is fantastic.